You're very welcome back again to the 1947 Grand Prix season, and today we'll be bringing you the very first Grand Prix of the season, the third race of the season overall. It's the Swiss Grand Prix from the Bremgarten circuit, and today there'll be 30 laps of the tree-lined circuit, high speed, hair-raising course, situated on some of the roads outside the Swiss capital of Bern. So this is the grid for today, and again it's Alfa Romeo who taken to the very front of the field. So it's Carlo Felice Trossi on pole, Achille Varzi in second, Senesi with a great qualifying gets himself in third, Jean-Pierre Vermeulen, the current best driver of the year I suppose, is in fourth, Alberto Ascari fifth, Luigi Villaraci sixth. Then we have Raymond Sommer and Henri Laveau on the fourth row. They're followed by Franco Camotti and home driver Christian Kautz. Louis Chiron and Nello Pagani in the mix too. Louis Rossier and Prince Bira, and then followed by Eugene Chabot and Tulo de Graffenried, the second Swiss driver on the grid. Then it's Raphael de Montbressieux and Pierre Levey. They're followed then by Harry Schell and Giovanni Bracco. And then it's Maurice Chantignon and Raymond Dessaulles. And then we have Peter Whitehead and Raymond Mays. And on the back row of the grid, it's Charles Pozzi and Bob Gerard. And again, for the second race in a row, it's Maurice Valet and Cuff Harrison who fail to qualify for the Grand Prix. So we're just about ready to get underway. The very first Grand Prix of the season. The most high prestige races the Grand Prix calendar has to offer. And we're underway in racing. Carlo Felice Trossi gets a good getaway. Achille Varzi hot on his heels. So as they blast down now into the first of these high-speed corners that Bremgarten has to offer, it is Carlo Felice Trossi, the pole sitter, who leads from the front. Achille Varzi slotting into second, Senesi in third, and Vermeulen fourth, so it's as you were with the front two rows. You just already get a sense of how on edge these cars are around Bremgarten. High speed corners, really pushing these drivers to their limits. And we just saw there Jean-Pierre Vermeulen navigating his way past Consalvo Senesi, and now getting the run on Achille Varzi up the inside. He went, and he is into second from fourth on the grid. Achille Varzi coming under threat now from Consalvo Senesi meanwhile. Can he get the move done? Goes right around, sweeping around the outside. They're side by side. Senesi and Achille Varzi. And Senesi gets it done. He goes into third. This is a great racing already on offer here around Bremgarten. As they go through the tree-lined section of the course, through the forest, the dense foliage of Switzerland. Senesi still has Varzi hot on his heels here. We see Raymond Sommer's got a great start. He's up to fifth with Villaraci in tow. Ascari down to seventh. And we have Laveau, Chiron and Camotti. And that is lap one done. Carlo Felice Trossi leads. Quite a big margin he's got already over Jean-Pierre Vermeulen. Senesi and Varzi still fighting it out meanwhile. And that's Villaraci around the outside of Raymond Sommer. So Villaraci is up to 5th now. But Sommer is coming back at him. Raymond Sommer up the inside. We see Pierre Levey out of the race. Sommer's joy short-lived there as Villaraci gets back up the inside. Oh dearie me, what happened there to Prince Bira? I assume Pierre Levey involved in a collision with him as well. That's quite catastrophic damage on the back of the Maserati. And it'll be all the more sour if that was a teammate on teammate collision. Not gonna. I think those two have come to some sort of collision. It's a horribly terrifying section for that to happen as well. Through the forest. And the two Maseratis out of the race at this early stage. Hopefully they're okay after that collision. It's a really terrifying place to have an accident. Raymond Sommer coming under a little bit of threat here from Ascari. But he manages to back him up into Henri Laveau. Chiron making a move on the Frenchman now. And now Franco Camotti fancies his luck. Dives up the inside of Chiron, looking to take that momentum and use it to pass Henri Laveau, but not quite working out for him. So a real pattern of ebb and flow here. These long straights producing battles that go on for the entirety of the lap. And Raphael de Montbressier is the next driver to be out of the race. Oof. See him being wheeled away there. And is that a mechanical failure or is it an accident? Well, let's find him there. And it looks like a mechanical failure for Raphael de Montbressier. His car is taken away. So it's all action here in the opening couple of laps of the Swiss Grand Prix. It's a great performance so far from Gonçalves and AC, holding off Achille Varzi to claim 3rd position. Villaraci holding steady in 5th with Ascari 6th, Sommer in 7th, and Henri Laveau in 8th. Camotti, we saw him up and challenging Chiron for 9th, so maybe an error by him has forced him back down the order, shuffled him all the way back down to 12th. And he's running side by side with Louis Rossier. And he is up to 11th now. So it's fairly spaced out at the front, but you saw on your screen there, Jean-Pierre Vermeil with the fastest lap, closing that gap ever so slightly to Carlo Felice Trossi in front. Achille Varzi in 4th still, Villaraci on his own in 5th. Some really great battles going on in the midfield though. This trio of Talbot Lagos dicing it out. Showing no real worry at taking out their own teammates. We saw Louis Rossier with an abortive attempt to get up the inside of Franco Camotti. Forced him to pile on the brakes and really scrubs off a lot of speed on the rest of the lap. If you have to back out at one spot, allowed Eugene Chabot through, and now Nello Pagani closing up on him. And look at this, Louis Chiron has gotten by Henri Louveau. Oh, some trouble there for Louveau, it looks like. Back left tyre on that Maserati has come loose. He's really trying to nurse this one back to the pit so he can get that far. And another fastest lap by Jean-Pierre Vermeulen. He's flying. The gap is down to a second now. Is Henri Louveau going to be able to get this back to the pits for repairs safely? Oh, he's had to come to a stop at the side of the road as that wheel detaches itself and Henri Louveau is out of the race. Look at this now, Vermeulen, he's well within a second on Carlo Felice Trossi, and a man with one win to his name this season at the Pau Grand Prix, and a fourth place then in the Grand Prix de Flantières after he had to retire on his way to victory, but still classified as fourth place in spite of that. So it looked like he's really getting on Trossi, but a moment of hesitancy and the gap goes right back out again. Varzi has passed Senesi meanwhile. Oh, and Senesi has a mechanical fault. That is why Varzi has gone through on him. So that's another retirement, I'm afraid to say. It's Gonçalo Senesi out of the race. So the first Alfa Romeo retirements today. Trossi still leads from Vermeulen and then Achille Varzi. It's a crying shame for Senesi, who looked like he was running very quickly, managing to hold Achille Varzi at bay. Still these Talbot Lagos of Rossier and Comotti and Chabot running very close to one another. And how about Christian Kautz there, the home driver, putting in a very consummate performance so far in 8th. It's great to see. Hopefully give the home audience something to cheer about today. There's Tulo de Graffenried as well, he's down in 13th, also for Maserati. Those are the big Swiss hopes today. So Vermeulen is readying himself to take another crack at Carlo Felice Trossi in the coming laps. It's really just foot down to the floor here. These high-speed corners, there's no real out and out straight, but the track sort of gently snakes around. And it really just requires the driver to be as brave as they can possibly be. Surely the natural instinct when you're cornering tree-laden forest, you have your foot down right to the floor, the instinct would probably be to brake. That's not the case with these drivers. Got to be as brave as they can possibly be. Carry as much speed as possible around the lap. Really is an incredible feat they're accomplishing here. So on board of Jean-Pierre Vermeil as Trossi runs into a little bit of bother in lapping Bob Gerard, which will allow Vermeil to gain a slight bit of ground on Carlo Felice Trossi. This is what the fans would really have come to see today. One of the first big battles for the lead that we've seen this season. Hopefully it's not decided by these back markers ahead of these two Alfa Romeo drivers, Carlo Felice Trossi and Jean-Pierre Vermeil. Raymond Mays gets out of the way quite sportingly, as does Raymond Dessaud, I think. Oh, I say that, and then he cuts Jean-Pierre Vermeil off on the apex of that corner just a little bit, and that's cost Vermeil some time. Perhaps Dessaud not aware of the fact that there were two cars so close behind him. It's hard. Very hard to judge. So Vermeil has got to try and make that time up again. And Bob Gerard there, just been lapped, running into some mechanical issues. And his ERA is out of the race. So, turning an eye further down the field there. Still, look at these three. Still pretty much nose to tail. Very close proximity to one another. And perhaps sense kicking in and just running as close as they can to one another without challenging each other or putting one another into danger on the track. A trio of Talbot Lagos. And this is your winner from last time out at the Grand Prix de Frontières. It's Louis Shaw, also in the Talbot Lago. So, very solid day for them so far. All four cars still in the running. No incidents to report as of yet for them. This is a great race as well for Raymond Sommer in 6th. And look at this now, Jean-Pierre Vermeil closing right up to the back of Carlo Felice Trossi again. And going around the outside of the Italian. Oh, they come so close to coming to blows. It was incredibly gutsy by Jean-Pierre Vermeil to even consider a move up the inside there. And it's ultimately cost him. Let's see it again. And this long straight in the forest, closing into the back of Achille Varzi, having a glance up the inside, and forced to pull out of it. And he loses about a second or so again. And this is turning into something that's a little bit cyclical. With Vermeil, he's obviously quicker than Carlo Felice Trossi. Manages to blast right up behind and close to Carlo Felice Trossi, but he just can't quite execute the move in the end. Seems to be a recurring feature. Raymond Sommer in a bit of difficulty again. A loose wheel we're seeing here. Is he going to get this to the pits? I don't think he is. Race over for Sommer. He was in 6th. He was going so well. And yet another retirement for the Frenchman, I'm afraid to say. And will be a real heart sink for him. I need to get his car out of the way here. Still limping along. Grafenried's having to take evasive action. And Sommer seemed insistent that he's going to keep going here. Vermeil in trouble. Jean-Pierre Vermeil in trouble. And he is out of the race too. And second mechanical failure he's had this season. There was one last time out at Chimay. But this time he's not going to be classified. He's definitely not going to score any points. And Jean-Pierre Vermeil is out. It's a shame for this race, I think. Competition between Vermeil and Trossi. We look here now, and Achille Vartzi's made a really good run here at Trossi at the front. The gap is down to 3 seconds now. So that's a matter of interest there. So it's not all over yet. Carlo Felice Trossi definitely does not have this sewn up. So here's your leader at the moment, Carlo Felice Trossi for Alfa Romeo. Achille Vartzi in second. The remaining half of the Italian squad's fleet of 4 cars. So Villarace finds himself on the podium again. Alberto Ascari running in a very solid 4th. Chiron again. Is he going to profit from the misfortune of others? A bizarre race at Chimay that saw so many retirements. He was a huge benefactor there, taking an unlikely race win for Talbot Lago. Are we going to see the same thing be repeated this time? Well, still 4 cars ahead of him, but you never know. Christian Kautz into 6th. That will delight the Swiss crowd. Franco Tomotti is hot on his heels though, as we've been saying all race, Eugene Chabot and Louis Rossier. It's a menacing trio of Talbot Lagos hunting down the adored home driver Christian Kautz. He'll be getting a little twitchy seeing none of his mirrors, I'm sure. It's a daunting prospect to hold off in that sort of train. So Achille Vartzi is holding steady relative to Carlo Felice Trossi, just holding firm at about between 2 and 3 seconds these past few laps. Happy, I'm sure, both of them to hold station. They'll be happy just to finish, really, I would say. Given that they've retired from the first 2 races of the season. Still a long way to go though. We're approaching a third's distance of this race. So back down to battle for 6th, and Franco Tomotti closing up on the back of Christian Kautz. Is held up ever so slightly by Raymond Mays. Tomotti gets around him in a much more straightforward manner, and he is, by virtue of that, running alongside Christian Kautz. Looked like he had the move done, but it wasn't to be. And Eugene Chabot joining the battle. having the better run on Franco Camotti. He's absolutely speeding up the inside and taking 7th. So Franco Camotti suddenly finds himself slipping down the order after nearly having his hands on 6th. As Louis Rossier's coming at him as well. And Rossier fires past Franco Camotti. That just goes to show the importance of momentum around this circuit. Got to carry your speed across the entirety of the lap. Villaraci the first to pit. Luigi Villaraci into the pits for a routine stop, I assume. Starry stakes claim to 3rd for the time being. Louis Chiron into 4th. What's it going to be like with Couts and Co? Are they going to clear Luigi Villaraci? I don't think they are. Because of the squabbling between the Talbot Lagos, Couts has pulled out a little bit of a gap again relative to them. Villaraci is out of the pits and running again. He's well clear of his teammate Christian Couts. And he'll set about putting in a strong stint here to try and protect his 3rd place at the end of the day. What's the gap like on the way to Shaw? We'll wait for the next split to see that. Coming under a bit of trouble and passing Peter Whitehead. Villaraci about 20 seconds back off Shaw and 25 back on Alberto Ascari. So Shabu and Rossier, they're at it again. Rossier looking for a way through by any means possible, but running wide onto the grass. That would have been a heart and mouth moment there. He's fallen into the clutches of Franco Camotti. And look at this. This is Nello Pagani now, who's come out of nowhere. He is going to pass Franco Camotti. So Rossier, with that mistake, he backs Camotti into Pagani, loses time himself, loses his teammate a position really, unless Camotti can come back, and he can come back. So an immediate response there from Franco Camotti. Some great racing today on offer, providing a more entertaining spectacle than we saw at Chimay last time out. Pagani is coming right back at Franco Camotti, rounding outside. Oh, tries to hold it, but simply ran out of road. It was either keep on going on at full pace or run yourself into a tree. It seemed. Just ran out of road there. He really does not want to crash there. He's forced to lift off and cede the place to Franco Camotti, albeit on a temporary basis, because Pagani is coming straight back at him. He's holding an outside line again, but Franco Camotti is going to keep the upper hand over his compatriot. Great battle going on there. And turn our eyes back to the front now, and Achille Varzi closing that gap a little bit more to Carlo Felice Trossi. Now are they? Is Varzi genuinely gaining on him, or are they both just trying to take things a little bit steadier? The gap has come down just that little bit more. Still will not be alarm bells for Carlo Felice Trossi, I believe. I think he'll be still relatively sure of himself in that first position. Camotti, after that duel with Nello Pagani. He's opening out the gap a little bit again. Camozzi seems very quick today, but he just perhaps lacking a little bit in race smarts, losing a lot of time with audacious overtaking attempts and some quite shoddy errors costing him. He really should be up there in 6th or 7th. He's found himself all the way down in 9th. So Louis Chiron, the next man, it's front runner to pit. Scheduled stop for the Monegasque driver, and he's back out in 5th. Comfortably so too. Well clear of Christian Coutts. Well, Coutts can't see him actually, so but he'll hold that advantage, I'm sure, Louis Chiron. Front three all yet to pit. Scarli, Varzi and Trossi, an Italian, all Italian rostrum at the moment. Here at the Swiss Grand Prix. Look at this now, Varzi has gotten past Trossi. What on earth happened there? We saw it there. Achille Varzi up the inside of Carlo Felice Trossi. And Trossi getting held up by some of that lap traffic. Varzi holding all the momentum, getting the run on him and getting the move done, and he takes the lead of the Swiss Grand Prix. And in an instant, things have changed at the front. So Trossi perhaps getting a little bit too complacent. He'll be desperate to claim that position back. Trossi has been leading right from the start. And as we approach half distance, suddenly he finds himself back in 2nd again. Great driving by Achille Varzi. Now getting past Louis Rossier. There's an incident further back. Franco Camozzi has found himself in trouble. I think it's lapping this back marker. Oh no. It's a horrible accident between the two. And I'm not quite sure what happened there. Did Bracco turn into him, or did Franco Camozzi try and move over a little too soon? It looked like he was going very smoothly. Oh, the interlocking of wheels there. It's a horrible collision. I think a misunderstanding between the two. I think Camozzi tried to just come over on the back marker, which made them collide in the most disastrous fashion possible. And we're saying it about Franco Camozzi, he's quick here today. He's been far too rash in some of his manoeuvres. And Varzi into the pits almost as soon as he got the move done. Carlo Felice Trossi comes into the pits. So maybe just a spot of exhibition driving from Varzi. With the last drops of fuel in his tank, trying to go as quickly as possible. Perhaps Trossi a little more open to letting him through in that case. terrible fate to befall Franco Tommati there. Hopefully both those drivers are okay, they looked okay. I think after that collision it's a scary place to crash your vehicle. Dull thudding into concrete wall. Well, it's not what you want to hear. So the first Talbot Lager retirement of the day. Taking out the Delahaye of Giovanni Bracco in the process, basically just minding his own business there. And his race has come to an abrupt end. .27.5 seconds between Achille Varzi and Carlo Felice Trossi, with Trossi still yet to pit here today. Eugene Chabot is in for his stop. I see on the timing board there. Ascari still running in third and yet to make a trip into the pit as well. His teammate Villaraci behind him has had his first stop. Likewise with Louis Chiron. Christian Kautz has not visited the pits yet. Still running in a quite magnificent sixth, the Swiss driver. So, when is Carlo Felice Trossi going to make his stop? Shouldn't be too far from now, one would imagine. On board now with Achille Varzi, going up to lap Harry Schell and the Cis Italia in 12th position on the road. American driver obligingly gets out of the way. So, halfway through this Grand Prix, Swiss Grand Prix, first Grand Prix of the season. And Alfa Romeo at the front with Trossi and Varzi. It's untimely retirements for their other two drivers, Jean-Pierre Vermeil and Gonçalo Sanesi, hoping that their front two can make it all the way to the line. Lassier in for his stop. The battle for third should be interesting. Ascari and Villaraci looking to be on different strategies to one another. Pagani is up in 7th, hasn't stopped yet. Great run by the Italian in the Maserati. Lassier after his stop is out behind Eugene Chabot again. Did Raffin Reed making his first stop of the day. This is Maurice Trintignant in 11th. One way off. Did Raffin Reed in 10th, I believe. As Christian Kautz comes to lap him. So the gaps between the field are big again, as you might expect. And in comes Carlo Felice Trossi. And we're envisioning that his stop would come soon. And here it is. 15 laps of fuel in, so he's going all the way to the end, Trossi. So he'll probably accept that Achille Varzi is going to overtake him as long as he keeps his teammates decently close to him. He's going to win this race, it seems. So out they come. Let's get a gap now. Varzi is going to have to put the pedal to the metal and open out enough of a gap. A substantial enough gap on Carlo Felice Trossi that he can make up the time that second pit stop will take. So what's the gap looking like? We will await it with bated breath. 9.3 seconds there, 9.3 seconds. So really Varzi will want to boost that up with his lighter fuel load, and the fact that he can go harder on his tyres, he'll want to boost that up to around the 30-second mark if he wants to have a chance to have a shot at winning this Grand Prix. So intriguing stuff here. Keep a firm eye on how that gap fluctuates in the coming laps. Trossi will have to remain calm and put in a markedly solid few laps at the wheel of an Alfa Romeo. So all he has to do, he just has to maintain consistency and a good pace all the way to the line. Easier said than done though. He's trying to go ahead of him coming into the pits. And in fact the gap is going down, if anything. It's down to 8.5 seconds across the line. So Trossi going very well indeed here. Ascari is still in third, 30 seconds up on Villaraci. Has yet to take his stop yet. Villaraci getting caught up here in traffic. So it's more like 22 seconds rather than 30. A little bit of a timing gaffe there. Schirrel in fifth, quite isolated in that position. Coates is yet to pit. It'll be interesting to see where he will come out after his stop. Presumably taking one less pit stop than the likes of Chabot and Rostier, and that should assure him of 6th place in front of his home crowd. And we haven't really mentioned him, but Tulo de Graffenried is running very well in 10th too, also in Maserati. This is who Coates is competing with. Rossi and Chabot are quite close to one another on the circuit at the moment. Been inseparable all day really, and Coates into the pits. So let's ride on board with using Chabot. See how far in front he will get of Christian Coates. So, watching with intent here. And Coates is ahead of him, so even after taking so long to make first pit stop of the day, Coates is still ahead of Chabot and Rossier. And two drivers who've got to make an extra stop as well, so it's looking very good indeed for Christian Coates. The gap at the front, it's only coming down. Rossi looks like he's in control of this one. 7 seconds from what was once 9.5. When is Ascari going to come in, I wonder? It's been ages. Oh, dear me. Getting very close to the back of Molly's Chantignon. Just about getting away with it, Alberto Ascari. Oh. A heart and mouth moment for him. He does successfully clear Molly's Chantignon. And is on his merry way again. Nello Pagani in trouble. Nello Pagani. His car is sputtering and looks as if it will come to an inevitable halt. Ascari flying up on him in the same equipment. Just no, it doesn't look right. He takes these corners at half speed. And Pagani, about 2/3 of this race completed. He will be going no further, it seems. Ascari's got to be careful when going by him. Oh, gets caught out by his ducking into the pits. Are they going to be able to get this fixed in the pit lane? They might. Or just retire him instantaneously. Looks like they're sending him back out, so maybe that was a false alarm, that one. Pagani still in the race. So, goodness knows what's happened there. But they've sent him back out on his way and for his final stint of the race. Rossier in 8th and Chiron for his final stop of the race. His position, quite certain it's not under any threat from the likes of Christian Coates. We'll ride on board of him just to make sure. I'm pretty sure Chiron is going to hang on to 5th with relative ease. Chiron is back out on circuit, and he's well ahead of Christian Coates. Now he finds himself a lap down Louis Chiron for the first time in this race, I think. As Varzi and Trossi get by him whilst he is in the pits. 8.2 seconds between Varzi and Trossi, consistent with what we've seen. Varzi's opportunity to win this race, well, it's passed him by, it seems. Oh, but Trossi been very tentative in getting past Peter Whitehead and in getting past Charles Pozzi. These two battling for position, in fact, all the way back in 13th. Great to see those sorts of fights. Ascari's finally in. Ascari finally making his pit stop. Try and find him. He's coming out there. How far behind Luigi Villaraci is he? As he vies for his first podium finish of the season. There's a pretty big gap, but Villaraci still does have to pit again, so Ascari still odds on for that third place by my reckoning. Trossi has closed the gap, meanwhile to Varzi even more. So perhaps Varzi accepting his fate at this point, accepting the fact that a second place is probably his ceiling in this Swiss Grand Prix, providing nothing happens to Carlo Felice Trossi in these final 8 laps of the Grand Prix. Villaraci about 16 seconds ahead of Alberto Ascari. That's probably not going to be enough, is it? Chiron is in again, what's that about? Louis Chiron in the pits again. That's not something that was scheduled, I think. So Chiron has lost 5th position because he's had to duck into the pit lane again. Don't quite know why, but the Swiss fans will be delighted to see Christian Kautz up into 5th now by virtue of that little problem for Louis Chiron. And his teammate Rossier in for his scheduled final stop. So this is a battle to watch out for now. Chiron is quicker than Christian Kautz. Having to take that extra pit stop, finds himself behind the Maserati driver. He's going to have to push hard if he wants to reclaim 5th. Mid-tap time gap, I'm not sure. Can't extrapolate it from the timing standings because they're both a lap down. Varzi's final stop is now. So Achille Varzi, his final scheduled stop, and it's going to take him out a long way behind Trossi and in a very, very lonely 2nd place. Chiron is, in terms of track position, he's directly behind Christian Kautz. There's no lapped traffic in between the two. What do you estimate the gap to be? About 10 seconds, I think. That's closable, I think. That's closable for Chiron with the pace that he's carried today. But the main problem that we've seen many times today is getting the overtake itself done. It's such a high risk circuit. Gotta be really assured of yourself to make an overtaking maneuver. 12.1 seconds. It's the exact timing we're receiving there between Louis Chiron and Christian Kautz. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that in the battle for 5th place, the final top 5 spot. Chiron will be fired up, the race winner from last time out in Chimay in Belgium. Villaraci in for his final stop. So let's see Alberto Ascari. He's going to easily find himself ahead of Villaraci. Battle for third looking like it's been settled there. Varzi in trouble, he's just made his pit stop and his car is slowing. It's slowing. Is this the end of his race? Is this going to be the 3rd DNF of the season for Achille Varzi? I think it is. Ah, right. towards the end of this Grand Prix, his Alfa Romeo has given up on him again. He'll be so frustrated today. Kelly out of the Swiss Grand Prix, Ascari into second and Villaraci into third. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievably poor luck. And that's Coutts as well. Christian Coutts in trouble. Oh, the home favourite. Having contact there with Chiron, you hope his car's okay. But Coutts, who's just set to inherit fourth, well, he's out of the race. Much to the dismay of the Swiss fans watching on. What a disaster that is. And Peter Whitehead as well is out of the race. Just find out out. Running at the back in the ERA. Well, that's a terrible, crying shame. Eugene Chabot will be into the top 5. And Chiron up to 4th. Well, some of the twists on the tail that these races can provide can be so cruel. And 6 laps to go here. Trossi will be crossing his fingers. He can make it all the way to the end. Coming up to Molly Strantignon now. Great day for Maserati, it's shaping up to be. We have Ascari second and Villaraci third. That'll be cause for delight for them. So we'll have 2 cars on the podium. Louis Chiron in 4th again, reaping great rewards from simply just driving safely and keeping his car in the race. You've got to be in it to win it, don't you? And Louis Chiron is doing exactly that at the moment, keeping himself in contention. And set for a very respectable 4th place for Talbot Lago, who also look like they'll be claiming 5th with Eugene Chabot, who's quite a way clear of Louis Rossier now. A decent margin between the two. So 7.1 seconds. Chabot running into a bit of bother, trying to pass Charles Pozzi. It's only going to cost him more time. It's the real messy one of Ascari. Ascari has to lap Pozzi and also Eugene Chabot, but Eugene Chabot also has to lap Charles Pozzi. So it turns into a real messy affair there. It's hard to keep track of who you're letting by and who you're racing. Four laps to go for Trossi at the front of the field. Ascari does safely get past Charles Pozzi. Look at the gap between Rossier and Chabot, it's come right down. Battle for 5th. So maybe Louis Rossier is going to steal a march on Eugene Chabot in these late stages. Ascari doesn't really look to be gaining all that much on the using Shabu. Sure, he's just taking things cautiously. So this is probably where I'll get it done on the home straight. Shabu's trying to get out of the way, and does let Ascari through. Rossier, he can see using Shabu now, and he will have his heart set on 5th position. It's down to 4 seconds now, the gap was 7 seconds on the last lap. So Shabu, his difficulties in passing Charles Pozzi, coming back to bite him, and also the fact that he had to let for Alberto Ascari. So, an interesting battle developing here for 5th. The final few laps, 3 to go for the leader Carlo Felice Trossi, and he is the man who's coming up to lap Rossier and Shabu next for the 2nd time in this Grand Prix. Downhill. Elevation changes on the circuit are quite marked. Certainly stand out, don't they? Coming up to lap Louis Rossier. Here he comes. Consider the ramifications of this. This will give Rossier one fewer lap to catch and pass using Shabu. It would be very unwelcome to see that lead car fire past. Shabu next for the race leader. He's going to get right past him as he comes on to start his penultimate lap, Carlo Felice Trossi. And rather remarkably, he's coming up to lap Alberto Ascari, who's in 2nd, so if he gets this one done, he's lapped the entire field here today. What an achievement that would be. Ascari will probably be fighting hard to make sure that that doesn't happen, and to try and stay on the lead lap. We'll see what happens. It's quite touch and go, that I think I wouldn't be too sure that Ascari would be caught and passed. It'll be quite a close run thing, I think. Rossier, is he making any inroads on Shabu? It looks like it's just stagnant at the moment. I don't think Rossier can quite do it, I'm afraid to say. So it traverses through the forest. Talking a gap of about 3 or 4 seconds there. To be closed in a lap and a quarter at this point. Trossi, Ascari getting ever closer. And it looks like Ascari is destined to be lapped right at the end. Carlo Felice Trossi will have completed the sizable feat of lapping the entire field. Here he goes. Closing right up to the back of the man who is 2nd in the race. So I'm sure he'll get out of the way now. He will. So Trossi, the entire field lapped, and he starts his final lap of the race. Great timing there. So you're seeing 1 and 2 on the road, but before you get excited, Carlo Felice Rossi is a lap ahead. What a remarkable conclusion it would be if we had first and second running this close together in terms of actual real time. But still makes for quite the scene, and Ascari looks like he's trying to unlap himself now in the interest of pride. And Trossi is letting off and allowing him back through. This is quite the remarkable sight, isn't it? Trossi on his final lap of the race. And coming up to lap Raymond Mays down in 13th position on the road. Gets by him. I don't think Ascari is going to try and unlap himself. That would be quite something. Trossi, well, he's soaking up all the glory here. It's a bit of a stressful conclusion rounding these back markers and having Alberto Ascari right on your tail. But here he comes. Carlo Felice Rossi. It's been a great performance. He led from the very start, briefly behind Attila Varzi. Always in control as his three teammates fell by the wayside. Carlo Felice Rossi wins the Swiss Grand Prix. The very first Grand Prix of the season belongs to him, and it belongs to Alfa Romeo. Ascari is classified second, 1 lap down. Then we have Luigi Villaraci in third. Louis Chiron, I believe, will be the last man to cross the line. In fourth, just 1 lap behind the leader. A great win for Carlo Felice Rossi, it has to be said. He's deserved that after some bad luck. You know, see Maurice Trantini on his final lap. He's retired, but he'll still be classified 9th because Harry Schell is that far behind him, so he won't be too vexed about that. Still a shame not to see the checkered flag at the end of the race for the Frenchman. So Trossi gets all the glory here. At Bremgarten, it's been an intriguing race, it has to be said. Quite a few positive aspects to take out of it. Not as much of a slugfest as the Grand Prix de Frontière was at Chimay. That was a real anomaly in terms of the numbers of retirements that we saw there. But still quite a bad day for Alfa Romeo, all things considered. 3 of their 4 cars suffering failures of some kind. Much more positive day for Talbot, Lago and Maserati. Maserati second and third with Ascari and Villaraci. And Talbot Lago 4th, 5th and 6th with Chiron Chabot and Louis Rossier. And that's the end of the race here in Switzerland. So let's have a look at the final standings. It's Carlo Felice Rossi with the win, 1 lap ahead of Alberto Ascari in second and Luigi Villaraci in third. Then Talbot Lago Block in 4th to 6th, Chiron Chabot and Rossier. Nello Pagani and Tullio de Graffenried take quiet 7th and 8th positions. De Graffenried, the highest placed Swiss driver after the retirement of Christian Kautz. He was running very high up at the time. Maurice Trintignant is classified 9th despite that failure at the end. Harry Schell is 10th with Pozzi 11th and Raymond Dessaulles 12th. Raymond Mays is in 13th in the end. Then retirements for Attila Varzi, Christian Kautz, Peter Whitehead, Franco Tomozzi, Giovanni Bracco, Jean-Pierre Vermeil, Raymond Sommer, Bob Gerard, Consalvo Senesi, Henri Laveau, Raphael de Montplaisir, Pierre Levey and Prince Bira. So that marks the conclusion of the very first Grand Prix of the season. Thoroughly entertaining affair and not short of incident either. Next time we go to the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps, and another high speed circuit that will require plenty of guts from those drivers that will have to traverse it. So hopefully I'll see you then, and I hope you've enjoyed watching. Thank you for coming along and witnessing this. See you next time.